Hello everybody and welcome to Train Sim World 2. Today we are in the TGV duplex, but we are in the Atlantique livery as opposed to the Chameleon livery that the base game TGV comes in. So this is the new livery that TGVs are gradually being replaced into, but a lot of the time TGVs are still in this livery. It's still widely used. It's still widely accepted as the TGV livery, and it's a very nice livery. I actually think I prefer it to this livery. I think it's a little bit too exquisite, like maybe if they made like a higher class or a lower, but it doesn't like seem right. This just seems good in a way. But anyway, we'll get started. We'll unlock the doors, turn the circuit breakers on, put it in forwards. That'll be because the doors are open. Can put that into DC mode, and then into normal. Triple that. It's active. Driving mode to that. Put that on and start to release the brakes. But what are you doing? We can put headlights to normal, cab lights on, and lock the doors. And as soon as that comes up as locked, we can get out of here. Full throttle. Let's go. Let's do this. So as ever with these liveries, I didn't make this livery. Make sure to check out the link in the description. Those are all links to the people who did make this livery, again on Train Sim World 2 mods community. I'll just put the link in the description. And I've also started putting my own mods on there, so I haven't put any of the custom liveries of mine, the shameless, not shameful, there's nothing wrong with self-promotion, the shameless self-promotional liveries that just are yellow, I mean gold, always got to promote yourself, gold, black and white, and have TTG4 written on every single available space. Those ones are not going to go on there because they don't suit the website. So instead, I put the current underground. Yeah, right. Okay. Brain, where have you gone? The current London Underground livery for the class 483, God brain, where have you gone? And also the London Overground livery for the class for the 72 stock, the asset inspection train up to 60. What else have I done? I have done God, what is that noise? Sounds like a jet taking off. I've also put up the Island Line livery, and because the Train Sim World community, you can't look at posts by creator, so instead what I've done is I've just embedded all of the links to my website, links in the description as always. Just go to the website link and then /reskins on the end. Also make sure to check out my Patreon, and if you're really inclined you can donate to it. And yeah, so the Patreon also, I should make this clear, the money will not go to my own personal needs. The money will go to buying the DLC for this game, and once I get enough, maybe registering a domain name for the website, and then other stuff like subscription plans for the game if necessary, and other stuff. But yeah, and then of course once I get monetized, that'll be where the money is going, as I have said. So okay, up to 140, and we're not stopping anywhere in between, we're just doing the full run. And yeah, so the other AI train, it was weird because I was going to do this livery on another I was going to do this. God, my brain is absolutely dead. I was going to do this video on another livery, the same kind of livery, but it was a different creator, and I'll just bring it up on Chrome. I go Reskins and European. It was the TGV duplex in blue, silver, white Atlantique, weathered and clean options by Rob S. Created 8 days ago, updated 3 days ago. So all of I have, yeah, so there are some comments saying that it crashes the game, and it's got 2 downloads, the weathered and the clean, and I downloaded them and I launched the game a couple of times and it just crashed, which is sad, but I mean, you know, shit happens. Okay, so we're about to cross over into the neutral section, so we're gonna put the throttle off, we're gonna close the circuit breaker, I'm going to lower the pantograph, which, there it goes, we're going to put it into LGV mode, raise the pantograph again, go to 160, turn the circuit breaker back on, rearm it, and full throttle. And up to 300. So as I said, we're not going to stop at Aix-en-Provence or anywhere else. We're just going straight there. And I can also tell you right now what the livery that I am using now. It is SNCF TGV Atlantique livery, uploaded by Antcraft, created 5 days ago. So climbing through 220. This is nice. We haven't even left the tunnel, and we'll be whizzing through Aix-en-Provence at 230, 250 probably, maybe. So yeah, hopefully we'll get this done pretty quickly. It's 10 past, so we'll see what's happening with other locomotive. Okay, so it's been cleared, but I don't think it's left just at the minute. And there we are on a downhill, so that will help with the acceleration quite a lot. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna just bring it down to 290 because I find that helps with the 290 helps with the cruise control, so it doesn't overshoot the 300. Look at that, whizzing through Aix-en-Provence at very high speed. Look at that. So yeah. Okay. So we're approaching another downhill. So this is the reason why I've left the speed on 290, because then you can have it on, you know, the auto brake will go on to max brakes, and we still, because if we were at 300 we'd be overshooting, we'd be at 302. Instead we're still at 290, which, you know, it's not a massive difference. It'll still get us that. Come on, brain, please work. We'll still be getting to Avignon nice and fast, like 12 minutes in, and that's with the passengers and the slower section at the beginning. We're already there. The speed's going to increase very shortly. So yeah. God, catenary, get out of the way. And also the comments by Dovetail regarding the new southeastern high speed. I'm really hyped for that as well, and that's another route where we can employ the Eurostar reskin for the IC3. That'll look really nice. So can't wait for that. And also the 375s, and when it comes out, the 365. Also, another thing, this is more of a rant, there's no actual substance to this. I went on to Train Sim World 2020 the other day, just to have another look at the Northeast Corridor route, because that's actually like quite a good route. I mean, I liked it. It's, I mean, of course, Dovetail claimed it was an inefficient route and that, you know, it uses up a lot of GPU, CPU, whatever. But I mean, I actually really liked that route. It was a really nice route, and the locos, especially, like the ACS 64, it's just nice to drive. It's just nice. It's like so European, but it's American. And the Metroliner cab car as well. It was just so nice. Been realising I'll be driving this far without the HUD, but that's trains driving itself. Don't really need the HUD. It's a nicer, more authentic experience. Speaking of more authentic experiences, been toying around with my VR a little bit. I remember there were two things that I was really looking forward to from Train Sim World, as it was called CSX Heavy Haul. And one of them was multiplayer, but the other one, which, you know, was absolutely top of my list, I was super pumped for this, VR support. I was super hyped for VR support for Train Sim World. And yet, here we are, 3 years later, still, there's no multiplayer, there's no VR. I mean, VR would be super cool for this. You could make 360-degree videos for YouTube if you had VR, you know? And then the viewer can decide where they want to have themselves. It's just, it'd be super cool. You know, flight simulators are so much more complicated than this. You know, they've got to simulate a train that just goes on the tracks. There's a flight simulator, it can go anywhere, and you've got to model the whole world at the same time. Well, not at the same time, it loads in, but, you know, you've got to model the whole world, and then you've got to model the way the aircraft behaves, and how that, you know, even FSX, a game released in 2008, and it is, the Steam edition of that is franchised to Dovetail. And look at that, that has multiplayer. And X-Plane 11, well, there we go, up to 310? Yeah. X-Plane 11 doesn't have multiplayer, but it has really good VR support. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, at the moment, it has limited VR support. It doesn't have motion controls, which I discovered just then. But, you know, it has multiplayer as well. And, you know, how easy would it be to have multiplayer implemented into this? You know? I mean, obviously, some of those things wouldn't work. Like, you wouldn't be able to use your liveries on it. You wouldn't be able to use... I mean, you might be, and it'd just default to the default liveries for other players. And you might not be able to, you know, run a custom scenario, but, you know, you could just do timetabled service with a friend, you know? Or just dick around in passenger mode with a friend, you know? With other people. It'd just be so cool to have multiplayer. And also, as I've said, to have VR. Anyway, that's enough of my ranting. Maybe if the channel grows, someone will listen to us. And so anyway, I really do like this livery that we're in. I should get some more external views. You know, the detail that this has gone to, like in the logo, like the numbers and the curves in this, it's just astonishing. And the doors, everything's just so neat and tidy to the scale that I wouldn't possibly be able to do this. Yeah. This is beyond my capabilities. This is, you know, this is pretty top stuff. And you know, this is why these kind of websites exist. Let's turn the HUD on and we'll have a look at our friend. Where's our friend got to? Okay, so our friend, the AI train isn't even at Aix-en-Provence yet. And we're absolutely gunning it along. So that, I mean, that's what 10-minute separation looks like on these super high-speed routes, you know? 10 minute separation is about 40 kilometers separation. That's just how fast these... I mean, in another 10 minutes... in another 10 minutes we'll be there, you know, in another 10 minutes it'll be here as well. So, I mean, the gap will close, but still. Astonishingly fast. And you know, you can see how the TGV slashed domestic airline travel in France. You know, in some places it's faster, you know, because save airline check-in, security, actually driving to the airport an hour out of the city, you know. Whereas this, the station's in the middle of town. And admittedly, I went up to, because I live in Australia, we don't have high-speed rail. I know some people would like it, me included. I went up to Newcastle, which is a town of about 300,000 people, about 100 kilometres north of Sydney. It's the second most populated city in New South Wales, aside from Sydney, obviously. And you know, they've got one tram line that's about 7 kilometres long, and the only reason why they had that is that's where they closed the heavy rail route in 2014. And, you know, so getting a little bit closer, but that's why they have a tram route, because it's a closed heavy rail route, and, you know, the frequencies are a lot better, and I can see why they would have a tram route. But you'd think that, you know, it would be possible with high-speed rail. It would be possible for someone to live in Newcastle and commute to Sydney, ignoring COVID, and commute to Sydney for work. That'd be possible, because it's 100 kilometres, and 100 kilometres an hour. If you build a dead straight track, you can do that in an hour, and 100 kilometres an hour. You know? And, you know, 300 kilometres an hour trains, like this, it's probably a fairly similar distance. You could, I mean, a little bit longer, you could do it in, what, half an hour? 40 minutes? It's about 150 kilometres, so a little bit further, about twice the distance of this. But you know, if I was to leave my home now and get to go to Newcastle, I wouldn't get there. Well, I wouldn't be leaving until nearly 2 hours from now, and I wouldn't be arriving. So I'd be leaving at 11:46 p.m. and I wouldn't be arriving till nearly 4:45 in the morning. Then recording software had a glitch there. And anyway, and I went up there on the train, and it took 2.5 hours, and driving is faster, and that's why a lot of people drive. You know, you're stuck on pretty much the same trains that I'd used for a half-hour commute to work and back. It's, there we go, down to 290. Okay. The trains are in a 3x2 seating configuration. They don't even have headrests. They're like rock solid. There's no first class. They're noisy. You know, they're really, I mean, they're good as commuter trains, but you wouldn't be stuck on one of them for 2 hours. I mean, the V-sets were actually good. I mean, they're slower, but the line speeds are still the same. Oh, down to 230, okay. Put some air brakes on then. Like, the V-sets were good. They had comfortable seats, and some of them even had headrests. Oh, and up until the late 80s, they had a first class section. Oh, are we doing that weird crossover thing? Oh yeah, we are. Means we'll need to be down at 170. Or 160 even. I think we'll be fine now. We can come off the brakes. So, but no, our public transport is pretty atrocious. I mean, Sydney's got a good commuter rail network for getting around the city, but for going interstate, you know, if you want to go to Melbourne from Sydney, it's an overnight sleeper train on a high-speed train that was based heavily off the British Rail HST or XPT sets. But their average speed is, get this, 55 kilometers an hour because of super poor track conditions. And in places that they can get up to about 150, their service speed is 160. You know, fastest realistically they'll ever go is 150 odd. You know, that's this fast for maybe a 2-kilometer stretch. You leave at 7 o'clock and you arrive at 7 o'clock. It's 12 hours. 12 hours on a train. It's pretty atrocious, our public transport here. But, you know, what can you do? Anyway, so crossing over here. And we can go faster than the train in free can. And we should probably start to think about slowing the train down. Probably 4.2 BPI. What's BPI? Brake pressure. I don't know what it's measured in. We'll set our cruise we'll turn cruise control off, why not? Oh, I need to put power to off. Yeah, that should probably also be a thing, you know, power to off. Anyway. Okay, and a lot more brakes now. A lot more brakes now. Gotta be at a stop. Okay. Come off the brakes now. A little bit of power. And off. And a lot more brakes now. Actually, we'll need to come off them. And we need to just cruise in a little bit. Wait for the last car to be on the platform. Right, so the doors are on, so we can put the brakes on to apply. You know, train, when you're ready to stop, that'll be nice. And unlock the doors. Plus 12 à 54. Even I can speak French a little bit. Un peu de français. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh, this is the glitch, isn't it? I've got to unlock them on the other side. Yeah, okay. If I just manually close some of them. Or do they all have to be open? Oh, bloody hell. I think I might be reporting that one as a bug. Look at that guy. Take a quick screenshot of that. And a quick screenshot of the train. And now we lock them. Nice. So, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, check out my Patreon and share. And I will see you all next time.